G'day everyone, what is going on? It is your favorite producer from down under, Jhin, back with another video. And in this one, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a evil but yet simplistic sample for an artist such as 21 Savage or Nardo Wick inside of FL Studio. But yeah, if you are new here, would greatly appreciate it if you do punch that subscribe button. And while you're at it, flick that little notification bell so you get notified every single time that I upload a video. Just a friendly reminder that I do stream live over on Twitch as well. So if you do want to follow me over there, would greatly appreciate that one also. That being said, let's get into FL Studio and let's deconstruct this sample. Okay, so here we are inside of FL Studio, and as you can see with this sample, we only have 5 instruments playing. It's really simple, didn't want to go overboard with it, but the first instrument that we have playing comes in from Expand, and surprise, surprise, it is the ambience box. I use this one a lot. Now, the pattern that we're laying down here, we do actually at the end have it in A sharp, but to begin with, it is in the key of D. But yeah, all we're doing is we're just laying down a simple melody. It is originally like so. I just reversed it. So once we laid down that melody, you just hit Alt and Y, you reverse it. I bounced it out, made it a audio file right here and re-reversed it. So it's actually the original sound, but it's just got that reverse effect. Now we did end up pitching it down 400 cents because the finished sample is in the key of A sharp minor. And in context, this is what the bells sound like. Really simple, not really that complicated at all. Going on to the effects with that one, we do have a Valhalla vintage verb coming in with the concert hall preset, mix on 40%, pre-delay on 0, and a decay on 2.4 seconds, low cut 250 hertz. We have an EQ coming in, getting rid of all the lows behind below 524 hertz. A halftime just to add in a little bit of low frequencies as well, because it was just too much on the high registry, and I did want to add in just a little bit of that low end. And the mix on that one is 28%. It's just a default. We do have a pan man coming in with the width almost all the way at max, smoothing all the way over to soft, and raid going all the way, and the LFO actually bouncing left and right, so it does go between the left and right headphones really quickly. Then an RVox compressing the living hell out of it, -6%, so it makes it a little bit louder. Going on to the next element, it is from Contact, and surprise, surprise, who would have thought that one coming in is the Nor Pure Basic Pure Piano. I use this one a lot. I've been using it almost every single sample that I make recently just because it is a really good piano. All we're doing with this one, we're playing the root notes, as you can see, going A sharp down to F sharp, and we do have some grace notes or some passing notes, which is this G sharp right here and at the end as well, just making it sound like it's progressing, moving along. In context, this is what the piano sounds like. As you can hear with the G sharp, it just sounds like it's working its way down, and then F sharp going up to G sharp sounds like it's working its way up the progression as well. With effects on that one, we kept it really simple. We just have an EQ cutting everything below 89 hertz because we wanted a decent amount of room for the low end to come in. The next element comes from Arcade, and the bank that we're using with this one is Distant Voices Ancient Message, and all we're doing is we're just laying down, that's all it is, this F and this C. At the end, we change it to a D just to make it sound a little bit different, but in context, sounds like so. Possibly sounds a little bit weird, but in context with the rest of the sample, it actually works really well. The effects with that one, we do have a sound shifter where we've pitched it up a semitone, but as you can see, we've actually turned the wet dry a little bit. So I'm kind of using it like a little altar boy kind of in a way where we're just mixing the high end and the low end together. So we kind of have both of them blending in. A Valhalla vintage verb, mix on 40%, decay on 2.4, pre-delay 0, low cut 350. An EQ where we're filtering it, where we actually cut out the lows. Everything below 891 hertz is gone, and everything above 16,000 hertz is gone. We do boost it a little bit because it is a little bit too muffled. An RVox stereo compression, -6, just to make it a little bit louder, because there were parts where it was just really quiet and you couldn't really hear it. Then a limiter just to stop it from peaking, because there are parts where it goes really loud and I didn't really want that. That's why you heard that little crunch at the end of it. but with the rest of the sample, blends in really nicely. The next element that we have coming in comes from Contact yet again, and this one is a violin. This one comes from the Sonoscore, the orchestra bank, and it's just the violas sustained. And all we're doing is we're just playing the one note, A sharp, which is the key of the sample, just plays throughout the whole loop, and in context, sounds like so. Practically being used as what's known as a drone pad, but I just wanted it in the background just to, you know, make it sound a little bit more full, just give it that little bit of texture, a little bit more ambience as well. With effects on that one, all we have is an EQ cutting everything below 301 Hertz. Last but not least, we do have a bass come in. Now, this one is the sub bass Abyss from the Tri-Freeze Culture Kit Volume 2. And all we're doing is we're just following the root notes, going A sharp to G sharp to F sharp, back up to G. We're just literally following the piano, and in context, sounds like so. Just practically being used just to add in that low rumble, that really low end, but works really well with the rest of the sample. Together, we actually have it all sounding like so. Works really well. The vocals, like I said, once we actually have it in the full sample, blend in really well. You don't really tend to hear that crunchiness. It just blends in really nicely. We do have a melody bus, which is this insert 6, which has everything minus the bass. I wanted the bass to be its own thing. I didn't want to actually add effects to the bass, but with the rest of the melodies, we have a Valhalla Vintage Verb where we have the chamber tiled room preset, mix on 30%, pre-delay on 0, decay on 0.6, and a low cut on 350 Hertz. RC20 where we're using the Tri-Freeze preset, magnitude turned down to 80%. Now, if you do want this preset, we'll be leaving a download link to it in the description. I made it myself. We do have a vintage chorus coming in, which is a stock VST from FL Studio. We're using the second mode, mix on 80%, and we've just turned the noise down just a little bit because we didn't want white noise with it. Then just a fruity parametric EQ where we get rid of everything below 100 Hertz and everything above 10,000 Hertz. So there's room for the hi-hats and there's room for the bass, so there's not clashing of frequencies. But yeah, that is how you can make just a simple evil sample for an artist such as 21 Savage or Nardo Wick inside of FL Studio. If you are new here, would greatly appreciate it yet again if you do punch that subscribe button. And while you're at it, flick the little notification bell so you get notified every single time I upload a video. Friendly reminder yet again, I do stream live over on Twitch Monday to Saturday, so if you do want to catch me there, feel free to do that, 8 PM AEST. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all next week for another video.